Peace, family. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. Hit that like button again. Please hit that like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. I appreciate all of you all. I love all of y'all. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Again, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. A couple of announcements, guys. Listen, it's almost connected. It's almost connecting, y'all. It's almost connected. All right, I've been using my juices and berries. I've been diligent when it comes to using my juices and berries for my beard. We almost there, y'all. We are almost there. The beard journey, y'all. The beard journey. We are almost there. Okay. But I already said, listen, I'm gonna put it out there now. If it don't come all the way in, I'm gonna get a beard BBL. I'm gonna let y'all know. I'm gonna get the whatchamacallit, the transplant situation. If it don't come all the way in, I'm gonna get a beard BBL. All right. I'm just gonna put that out there. Don't judge me. You know, don't judge me. I ain't going to Turkey though. I'm gonna get it done here in Atlanta. Again, I ain't going to Turkey. I'm gonna get it done here in Atlanta, Georgia. But yeah. Myron Gaines implant? No, Floyd Mayweather got it done. I know Floyd Mayweather got it done. I know he got it done. But I'm trying to do it the natural way. So come October, in October, it will be 1 year. Come on, Donnie. Come on, Donnie, man. Be positive, man. Why you got to be negative, Donnie? Listen, if you look at the photos, again, if you look at the previous streams I did when I first started, okay, it wasn't coming, like it's coming in. It's taking its time, but it's coming in. Again, in October, I'm going to reevaluate because that's when it's going to be a year. Again, in October, I'm going to reevaluate because that's when it's going to be a year. Then I'm going to decide. I'm going to decide if I'm going to get it done or not. Okay. But Donnie, man, we need your positivity. All right, Donnie, we need your positivity, Donnie. We don't need you out here being negative and hating on the beard. Come on, Donnie. In fact, Donnie, you need to contribute to the BBL Beard Fund. Yeah, Alan, that's what we're talking about. Simon Guadobia. Did I say it right? Simon Guadobia. Did I say it right? Hopefully I said it right. If I butchered his name, I'm sorry. But yeah, we're talking about Simon. We're talking about Simon. Guys, give me a second. Why this ain't going down? Oh, no, there we go. Guadobia. Yeah, Simon Guadobia. That's what we're talking about. Yeah, I'm getting a Brazilian. Listen, Brazilian beard lift. Go by Dia. Okay. Go by Dia. Thank you, Audrey. Simon Godabia. Go bad Dia. I'm sorry. Simon Go Bad Dia. There we go. So Simon Go Bad Dia. Go Bad Dia. Like you going bad, Ia. There you go. Okay. We got it. But hit that like button again. Please hit that like button. Also, make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. Got a couple of announcements. We are rolling. Shout out to FBA Young Line. Now, I don't agree with the brother, you know. In fact, FBA Young Line is going to like this topic because Simon Gobadia married an FBA woman. And in fact, let me make these announcements first, then we'll get to the topic. So listen, we're rolling to Nigeria. Speaking of Nigeria, we're rolling to Nigeria in a couple months for the Oshun Festival. Again, we are rolling to Nigeria in a couple months for the Oshun Festival. So if you're interested in joining us in Nigeria's, yeah, man. I mean, I sound like a Oyumbo. I know. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. But we are rolling to Nigeria in August. Again, we are rolling to Nigeria in August. If you're interested in joining us, please visit Donfo.Africa. Again, please visit Donfo.Africa. We are also rolling to Zanzibar in September, Namibia and South Africa in November, and in Sierra Leone in December for the citizenship to start the first process, the first step in gaining your citizenship in Sierra Leone. So if you're interested in joining us, please visit Donfo.Africa. Again, if you're interested in joining us, please visit Donfo.Africa. Reality, that's the thing. That's why I'm confused. Like he got finessed. Usually, it's the Nigerians that do the finessing, that be hustling draws for green cards. Again, usually it's the Nigerians that be finessing. The Nigerian men who be finessing, who be hustling draws for green cards. I'm trying to figure out how the brother got deported. Well, he got in trouble, and I think he's not. We'll get into it. But yeah, I mean, how does this happen? FBI Online said, long stroke, Babatunde took an L on this one. Pause. But Alan, if you get deported, do you got to pay it? Because I mean, how does it work? If you get deported, you can't come back into the States, right? Because I want to say this is the second time he's been deported. So I'm trying to figure out, like, how do you, okay, you come to America, you get married, you get divorced. While you're over here in America, you accumulate all of this wealth. While you're over here in America, you accumulate all of this wealth. You get married. And I want to say he came back under fake names. Yeah. So identity theft. You get deported. Yeah, but Alan, so the thing about the house, since she owns, I'll get into it, but I just got questions. You come okay, you come to America, you on your grind, like a Nigerian should be. You get your money, you get married, you get divorced, you get deported. The judge rules in the favor of the wife, you lose everything. That's nasty work. That's crazy. That's nasty work. Goodness. What do you mean he didn't lose anything? He on the hook for 40K a month. And he lost his real estate here in Atlanta, pretty much. Lost his Rolls Royce. And you know what's so diabolical? When they got separated, she was allowed to stay in the house. And guys, this ain't the shade room, but the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm Nigerian, I'm Black American. You have no idea how many Black American women hit me up in regards to navigating, because I'm the Babatunde whisperer now. So a lot of sisters hit me up, FBA women hit me up in regards to how to navigate that. And I'm gonna tell you something interesting. Sister told me a long time ago. She said, Dinus, we know they scamming, but we looking for husbands. Those were her exact words. Yeah, I'm the Babatunde whisperer now. Those were her exact words. She said, Dinus, We know they scamming, but we looking for husbands. I swear to God, that's exactly what she told me. That's exactly what she told me. So this is common. But usually the brothers have a good success rate, the Nigerians. Don't get me wrong. Some don't cross the finish line, but many, they have a success rate at getting, hustling their draws for green cards and getting a green card. I don't know what the hell I don't know what Simon was thinking or doing. How do you lose all of that? Because honestly, a lot of these Nigerian men, they don't have much. They see the sisters as a come up. But like my homegirl said, she said, Dynas, we know they scamming, but we looking for husbands. Those were her exact words. Because she called me one day and she was like, Dynas, my girlfriend, she's talking to a guy in, like, I don't know, it was Kaduna or I don't know, Kano or Kaduna or somewhere. Is it safe to go there? And I was like, I mean, I guess. Then she called me back asking another question. And, I answered her question to the best of my ability. Then literally, she said out of her mouth, she said, Dynas, the reason why I'm asking all these questions, because we know they scamming, but we looking for husbands. So we just gotta meet in the middle. I was like, okay, all right, do your thing. Just be careful. But how Simon took this L, I don't, man, this is bad, man. You making Nigerians look bad. But let's jump into the story. Guys, hit the like button again. Please hit that like button. Also, make sure you share and make sure you subscribe. Once again, happy Father's Day to all the brothers out there. Again, happy. I got to be careful because fair use, fair use. So I want to play one of these response videos. To it, yeah. So Simon says he's not paying Portia a dime. Well, I mean, I don't know how they're going to enforce that from Nigeria. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to force that from Nigeria. But is there any divorce lawyers in the chat? Can they enforce that? I mean, can they enforce it? Hold on, man. Let me. Oh man, come on, Simon. Hold on. Let me.
If you're selling a service as an entrepreneur or a freelancer and you need an easy way for your clients to book appointments and services with you,
This courtesy of 9mag TV. Go subscribe to 9mag TV. Shout out to creators.
Portia Williams gets a brand new Rolls Royce from fiancé Simon.
Aha. The babies are coming home. Yes. Yes. Welcome home.
Bought her a new Rolls Royce.
Welcome home. Welcome to your new home. You have a new sister. She hasn't come yet, but soon enough she's going to be introduced to all y'all three.
Got it a new clean. That's not a Spectre. That's the is that a Phantom? It's not the Ghost. It's either Ghost or Phantom. I don't know, but brand new, off gray, clean, red ribbon. That's their house in the background. He lost it all. Oh man, goodness. But this dude got finesse. Golly. Mm. Imagine being in an ICE deportation center. Yeah, yeah. How do you get married 4 times? Why? I mean, I've never been married before. But how do you get married 4 times? How do you get married 4 times? But imagine being in an ICE detention center. In fact, hold on. Let me pull this up. I meant to do this show a while ago, but this is diabolical. This right here is diabolical, man. Oh man. Hold on. I gotta find this video. Hopefully I find it. I don't know. But no, so while Simon was detained, in fact, you know what? This might be it right here. Hold on. I think this is it right here. But what I'm saying, while Simon was detained, Portia had her baby daddy coming over to the house, hanging out at the house. Imagine you marry. Imagine you marry somebody who already has a kid. You get locked up or detained by ICE. And why you in ICE, why you detained by ICE? Your wife, estranged wife, whatever you want to call it, is inviting the baby daddy over to hang out. Again, you marry a lady, she has a kid from a previous relationship. They co-parent. You have this big mansion. You buy her a brand new Rolls Royce. Shit that the baby daddy couldn't do. You get detained by ICE. You looking at the the ring camera, and the baby daddy is at your house kicking it. That's nasty work. Oh man. Man, I feel sorry. I mean, I kind of just feel sorry for Simon. Man, hold on. In fact, I want to say this right here. All right, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use.
Guess which student has
Fair
a
use.
better chance of getting into an Ivy League school? First, take a look at Zach. He's valedictorian.
Right, man, you don't wipe my beard off.
I did not. It's still there.
I'm supposed to be looking like something off.
I thought it was just a line to like for him to do his own to follow.
Yeah, let me see what's going
You
on.
ain't supposed to leave it there.
Right.
I swear I'm not wiping the beard.
I'm trying to look like Shorty Low.
See, I fixed it.
Okay, yeah, I'm good now. How you looking?
Okay, so we have an issue. So I want to wear this today, but we got crackola, coochie crack. I feel like this is gonna work. Yep, I kind of feel it. Is it coming through the fabric? Is it making it stain?
No, it's not.
Oh, I was about to say. Oh, they said y'all be asking about.
And now she's wiping the beard of her baby daddy, and I think that's her in Simon's house. So imagine you detained by ICE, and your wife invites her baby father to your house and is wiping his beard in your house. Golly, man, this is diabolical. Yes, Portia does have a nice niache. Absolutely, she does. You're right. Portia do got a nice niache. Absolutely.
You smell congested. I mean, not smell congested, but you sound congested.
That just came from Detroit, man.
You want some Sudafed?
chili? No.
You want
That
some
night
Benadryl?
gonna knock it right out.
You think so? Okay, we might need to start you with a shot then.
Let's go.
Because you over here.
Go back to this. Go back to this. God damn.
See, right, guys? We are
No,
perfectly happy with you telling the truth today.
Hold on.
I answer the question,
Oh, boy.
then
I'm good at answering questions.
that's what I said. I said he's gonna literally want to answer every question. Like he don't give a damn. He just don't care about saying whatever. If you don't want to answer the question, you have to take a shot. If you do answer the question, then you're good. You don't have to take a shot.
Okay, so maybe I'll skip some questions on purpose so I can get
No,
lit.
don't. If you end
I
up
wanna
not
get lit too.
you get lit all the time. You ain't got to get lit today. If you
Okay.
want to answer all the questions, we are perfectly right, guys. We are perfectly happy with you telling the truth today. You smell congested. I mean, not smell congested, but you sound congested.
That just came from Detroit, man.
You
It's a
want
little
some Sudafed?
chili? No.
You want
That
some
night
Benadryl?
gonna knock it right out.
You think so? Okay, we might need to start you with a shot then.
Portia fine, boy. But think about it. Your wife's baby father is in your house in the cupboards getting Sudafed, getting offered Sudafed. Oh yeah. Portia fine. I ain't gonna hate. Portia's fine. But this is diabolical. Man, Nigeria, what happened? Usually it's the other way around. Usually it's the Nigerians doing the Nigerian men doing the finessing. Usually it's the Nigerian men doing the finessing. She doing the finessing. Hey, FBA for the win on this one, I guess. FBA for the win. Baby daddy's in on it too. Wow. I mean, she wearing her tight leopard outfit for the baby daddy in your house. Oh man, this is woo.
So we have to be very healthy so that we live long, we're in shape for when PJ gets older, because we're going to be much older when she's,
That's true.
in her 20s.
That's true. That's true.
Right?
We're Phoenix Energy, a family-owned oil company focused on unleashing American oil from North Dakota.
That's true.
But we ain't going to start it today, because today I'm going to be having cakes and hot dogs. Starting today. I know this is weird, but I like hot dogs. Oh, man, we didn't get them.
What?
Plain.
Man, sorry, Simon. I'm sorry. Simon, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, Simon. Man, this is crazy. But did Simon do this to himself? I mean, look at this. She in her leopard. Again, you in a ICE detention center. She's in your house, leopard tight outfit with the breasts showing. Baby daddy in, in your kitchen cooking hot dogs. God damn. Oh. Baby daddy in the kitchen cooking hot dogs. Oh, Lord, man. Simon, I'm sorry, bro. Somebody said this would be a valid crash out. I mean, baby daddy in the kitchen cooking hot dogs. Say the mother of my child remarries. See, this is some simp shit. I'm gonna tell you why. Say the mother of my child remarries. Meet me at the street. Tell my son to come out. Meet me at the street. No need for me to go into the house. I ain't no cooking hot dogs. Nah. Meet me at the street. Tell my son to come out. Walk him to the street. I might come to the door. Again, I might come to the door. But meet me at the street. I ain't in another man's house cooking hot dogs and shit. Nah, hell no. I can't do it. I don't care what the circumstances are. I can't do it. I ain't co-parent in another man's house. I'm sorry. I can't do it. But Portia fine as hell though. But yeah, I can't co-parent another man's house. Cooking hot dogs in a golly. Yeah, I gotta stop it. And it Jesus. Yeah. But let me I want to confirm. I just want to make sure this is their house. Let me see something. Let me see something real quick.
Being an A-list.
Guys, hit the like button again. Please hit that like button. I'll put the link in the chat room shortly. I'll put the link in the I'll put the link in the chat room here shortly. Yeah, I'm just trying to find. Yeah, but I'm like almost sure that's the house. Yeah, let me. Okay, fair use. Fair use. Fair use. Again, fair use. And who was the previous? The previous. Yeah, that's on Portia for real. That's her page. That we were on. Yeah, wearing leopard jumpsuits. Jesus. Wow. All right, let me get back to what's really going on. All right, here we go. All right, guys, fair use. Fair use. I wonder if O'Shea covered this, because if O'Shea covered this, I know he won't strike me. Okay, we'll listen to Storm Moreau. Storm is pretty cool. You know, I'm not into the gossip blogs, but you know, Storm's pretty cool.
It's Storm Show. Ay, it's Storm Show.
What is up, Storm Chasers? I came to report on this whole Portia Simon debacle. As you guys know, Simon Gobadia, the man that changed his name 1,000 damn times. ICE officially sent his ass back to Nigeria. And when the Neighborhood Talk actually first posted the story, I went and commented and was like, shit, this is the best time ever to get deported. You know, like the man gonna be treated like a king over there. He got plenty of money. You know, if you guys remember, I actually interviewed his second ex-wife a few wives ago. The man has been married multiple times and changed his name multiple times. And when he first came into this country in the 80s, he was scamming, he was pushing weight, he was doing all kinds of fraud and all kinds of check fraud. And no matter how many times he got kicked out, he always came back. And if y'all remember, if you were OG Storm Chaser, I mean, like from like, this would have had to have been 2020. All right. Remember, I said, if he flagged my channel again, I was going to report his ass to ICE. Only for 5 years later for them to get him and to get him on up out of here. One thing I will say, when Portia the Horsea got with him, she definitely like made him look better and upgraded his look. You know, he lost. But first off, Portia clearly don't go for looks. She definitely goes for money. She goes for status. She goes for clout. And she loves her a bald-headed, pot-bellied man. Like, don't nothing make Portia spread her legs like a man with a pot belly and a bald head and a bunch of money. You know, and they always lose about 15 to 20 pounds when they get with Portia. They get new teeth. They start to look a tad bit better. Not better than her. Not really attractive. Not cute. The niggas don't never turn cute. She don't like cute niggas. But they always get, they glow up a little bit. I got to keep it real. I have nothing against Portia. I will say she's had a lot of media training. I will say that, you know, Portia on Real Housewives of Slutlanta has definitely been underwhelming. You know, a lot of y'all thought she could be the lead and take the lead and step in for Kinga and step in for Nene, and she just can't. She just don't have it in that way. Okay, she needs one of the heavy hitters to work off of, and it's true. It is what it is, but nonetheless, Portia the Horsea Williams knows how to get to the bag. So they said, according to U.S. Weekly, a judge has ruled this week that Portia will be awarded her prenuptial agreement, which was set in place when she and Simon first tied the knot in 2022, aka when she went over to that lady house and stole that lady husband. She put that coochie in that pool, and it was never the same after that. I wouldn't even be surprised if Portia the Horsea don't do a little magic on the side, you know, some rituals on the side. I would be shocked. You know, now she can act like she a Jesus freak. You know what I mean? She can play that role, but the way she get these ninjas and the way she hook them in, it definitely gives succubus or maybe even siren vibes. You know, if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. All right. Portia will receive $40,000 a month in alimony. Woo! And will have her legal fees covered. She will also be allowed to continue living in their $7 million Atlanta home until 2027, and she gets to keep the Rolls Royce that Simon gifted her. Before the judge awarded Portia the Horsea the prenuptial agreement, Simon argued that he would not have agreed to all of these financial obligations had he known Portia was going to return to Real Housewives of Slutlanta. He claims she misled him to believing she was done with reality TV and that the prenuptial agreement was made in bad faith. And sir, you also led her to believe that you was completely legit. You led her to believe that she wasn't scamming. Your ass is a Nigerian scammer. It is what it is. You led her to believe that you
I gotta be a Nigerian
and she
scammer.
had to protect herself.
Why I gotta be a
Portia the
Nigerian
Horseshoe was not finna be out here looking stupid like funny head ass Cordell had her. See, gay ass Cordell threw her out with nothing but her wedding dress and a little bit of money for a taxi cab. When Portia the Horseshoe left gay ass Cordell, she had to go back to her mammy house. Matter of fact, I think she wasn't even sleeping in the room. I think she was sleeping on the couch. You know, them same couches that Miss Diane loved to eat that pizza with that ranch on. Anyway, shout out to Miss Diane. Miss Diane is fine as hell. Portia the Horseshoe, I'm gonna tell you, your mama is fine. And one thing about it, ladies, I always tell y'all too, you know, don't marry for love, marry for convenience, and marry for security. The girls that get it, and the ones that don't, they don't. All right, so it says, however, Portia pushed back, claiming the only reason she decided to return to reality TV was to offset the numerous financial obligations that Simon failed to fulfill under the temporary order. It's actually some truth to that, because she was, let me tell you something, Portia, aka the Princess of Thotlandia, she was enjoying going from America to Colombia to Nigeria to, I mean, the girl was twerking all over the gram. She was stunting on us in different freaking parts of the globe. She didn't want to go back to work. Who likes to work? Anyway, so yeah, she also cited the need to offset the significant legal expenses that that Portia has already incurred in pursuing enforcement of the parties' prenuptial agreement and defending herself against Simon as it relates to the instant divorce action. So this was her plan all along to get the bag. I'm not really sure how they're going to enforce it since he is over there in Nigeria. Maybe he transferred all of his assets to Nigerian banks. You know, I doubt it though. Most likely he has money over there and he has money over here. And, you know, push come to shove, her lawyers will go after whatever assets he has in United States banks. You know, but nonetheless, Portia the Horseshoe know how to get to the bag. So she, you know, started off with the hot dog man. Remember, she was spraying her leg.
All right, guys, links in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the conversation, you're more than welcome to call in and add to the conversation. Again, link is in the chat room. Link is in the chat room. Yeah, but that's that. These are L's after L's after L's. But married 4 times. Baby daddy in the house cooking hot dogs. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's not kosher. But guys, links in the chat room. Link is in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the convo, you're more than welcome to call in and add to the convo. Shout out to Elvis. Elvis is here. Go ahead, Elvis.
All right, what's up, Dinas?
What's up, Elvis?
I'm good, man. Look, I mean, I like the conversation, but I just want to ask you: is it like a gossip conversation? What is it about, man?
Nah, I was just, this is the first time I've seen a Nigerian man get finesse like this. So is this his fault, or this is the first time I've ever seen this?
Nah, he knew what he wanted. Portia been married a couple times. I think she was married to that quarterback. What is his name? Cordell, whatever his name is, that used to play for, I think, the Steelers. She got divorced from him, and she got married to this guy. So, I mean, getting deported is your fault. If you're not in this country legally and you have all of your investments and your money tied to this country that you're not here legally, that's your fault. If you're a scammer.
Whoa. Is this so Elvis? So people that hear, so do you support Donald Trump deporting illegal aliens?
Yes, I support him deporting illegal aliens. But you have to understand, Dinas, legality and illegality is a legal conclusion. And you have to come to that conclusion through due process. The thing I'm against is not going through the process to come to that legal conclusion that this person is here illegally. That's my only objection. But if the brother wasn't here illegally and he's going to court, and the judge have found that he was here illegally based on the evidence presented, then of course he should be deported. And I'm saying, as a smart Nigerian guy that I suspect him to be, had if he was in this country using his resources, and making money in this country, and you're not here legally, and you couldn't pay a lawyer and get your paperwork settled, he's stupid for that. And that tells you that he's also stupid by going with a woman who, again, Portia seems nice on the from what I've heard from her on radio shows and TV shows, but if you're going after somebody who wants to flash your life and you're not looking for a wife you can build with, and you just want to get a slave queen, so to speak, that's a choice that you made. You benefited from it. Now, did she deport him? She didn't deport him. I think they got divorced before she.
There's rumors saying that allegedly she set him up. I don't know, but allegedly.
Yeah, but that's your Nigerian brother, Dinas. Maybe you can give him some advice, help him with some lawyers out there in Atlanta. He can fight his case in absentia.
No, he got deported. But so Elvis, once you get deported, you get back, right?
No, in terms of money, in terms of his properties and his assets, he's not going to lose it all. I mean, there's still
it's gone.
Law,
it's gone, Elvis. He lost it.
No, when you say it's gone, they've seized it, right? They can't just take it from him.
No. A lot of it they gave to Portia. So the Rolls, I'm sure he has more assets, but the house, the Rolls Royce, and he owes $40,000 a month in alimony to her.
Oh, but Dinas, you say that like that's his entire wealth. I'm sure he has money offshore in other places, so it's not everything is not gone.
Man, that's still.
I mean, I know you wouldn't want to pay anybody 40 grand of money in alimony, but if you had that kind of money,
who wants to pay a woman $40K a month in alimony? You don't even have any kids with her.
Yeah, that's what alimony is. Alimony is not child support. It's to maintain her lifestyle, because you marry her and she had a specific lifestyle that she enjoyed, and it's probably all in their prenup. So it's fine, man. I mean, I don't think this is going to add to us as an African people, but I'll pass the mic to whoever else want to discuss.
Let me read the super chat. Thank you for $5 holla. Happy Father's Day, brother. I still go back and read Goya ACC, and I gave libation time to my get off your ass and cold call, my book. Thank you. And I gave my children's book to my nephew 2 years ago for Kwanzaa. He still asks me about the Orishas. Yeah, thank you, brother. Thank you for the support. All right, go ahead, Ola.
Thank you, Dinas. I have a different perspective. I think Portia might play herself. I don't think that guy have that money that he just said that he have. That guy's a little bit trickish. I think the Rolls Royce, if the Rolls Royce even on his name, that guy's not coming back to the United States anymore. That guy's about 60-something years old man. He might be enjoying his mansion. He's rich. I think most of his wealth is in Nigeria. The house. Let's go by the house. That house might be on mortgage, right?
Right.
And if he be deported, who's going to be paying the mortgage? And the debt that will follow that house.
Well, she's supposed to get $40,000 a month.
Okay. But where's the money? Where's the money coming from in the month?
Does he have an escrow account that she's going to take that money out of, Dinas?
See, when you deal with guys like this who a little bit shady, and they just say, okay, I bring that peanut. He just want to flex. I think he was using that Portia to sustain the stage. I think he want to break into some kind of entertainment or this or everything. He's not a billionaire. He's a guy who flares, make money through in a dubious way, and flares, and Portia don't know what he's dealing with. He just flares or Portia, they can flares. Look, guys like this can flares for you. Put your private jet, take you to the best dining and everything. What I'm scared of, that now Portia is married to him, right? It's legal now. And Portia started inheriting some of this property. How about some debt this guy might be owing that they start coming to Portia, right? That's okay. You inherit some of his property. You inherit this. You are his wife. We want now our money from you. This guy is no longer United States. He have nothing to come back to the United States to do. He might be enjoying his wine and everything. Benin, where is he from? You know what I mean? So it's a game that you think you get in the bag, but you might be in a very big debt later. But then they start coming after you. That's what I mean.
What? Go ahead, Pamela.
Oh, I appreciate you passing me the mic, and it'll be brief as possible. The focal point of this story is that Africans can and will be deported from the U.S. too, and I advocate for U.S. freedmen and U.S. citizens report African businesses and African people to ICE. Let ICE figure out if they are here legally or not. Just like if we're in their country, we have to be there legally. We have to have the right documentation. So this story right here, yes, it's good. It's a great thing that he's been deported, and hopefully Portia can secure his U.S. banking accounts in case she is held liable legally and financially for any debts that he has, since she is his wife. But literally, that's all I had to say about this.
Go, Mommy, go ahead. Mommy, you gotta unmute yourself.
Thank you, Diana. Happy Father's Day to everybody. Number.
Hey, you're on your Obama phone.
Somebody who.
I'm saying, you're on your Obama phone.
Do you hear me?
It's a little
no,
better.
I'm on my. Do you hear me now?
It's a little bit better.
Do you hear me now?
Go ahead.
Okay. Somebody who called Nigeria a scammer, number one. Everybody's a scammer. There's a scammer in America. So Nigeria is not a scammer. Since he's a scammer. Because in America, there's a scammer. So everywhere is a scammer. Number two, whatever happened to this man right now, he causes by himself, because it's not good for a man who have a longer throat for another woman, because if he stay with the former wife, partial friend that he invite Pasha to their house, all this thing will not happen. No, everybody know Pasha that he like to date a man rich. So taking a baby daddy to his ex-husband's house that they haven't divorced, or the matter is still in the court. If the man is watching the show right now, he will know that next time he should stick with his level. That anything, all the baby mama that he need to be with them, because to watch what kind of person that Pasha is, that he like big things. So himself. People should leave Porsches alone, because everybody, me that I came to this country 25 years ago, I know Porsche. I watched their show. He like big things. So Mr. The man too, I forgot his name. He's my people. I'm from Nigeria. So I will not support him, because he didn't have a clean deal. He didn't work it. He never, the way I've been watching it, he never have a good business. So all his wealth is in Nigeria. He's enjoy. Silent millionaire back home in Nigeria, making more money. Maybe she have oil license now, making more money than here. So whoever talking about this man, thinking about Pasha will go to the next person. She's not back to the baby daddy. So that's why I just look about Nigerian men who go. I'm married to Nigerian man who like to go to American women, liking to stick with them. This is what good for them, because they need to go to their level. They need to marry the person that both of them, when problem come, the woman will stay with him, not to the woman to dump him and go to the next. This kind of thing in Nigeria, it cannot happen. It cannot happen. You can't bring a baby daddy to your husband's house. It's abomination. and wearing clothes that your husband need to see part of your body. Your baby daddy seeing it after the man marry you. So let Portia enjoy himself. The man will be regretting it. Not too much, because all his money is being in Nigeria, control business in Nigeria. He have a lot of business in Nigeria. So none of them lose. Only that this one, it will teach some Nigerian men common sense that, okay, I need to be with somebody that when trouble come, he will stay with me. Not somebody who like big things, who like big house, big car, who can be with me. That is why in Nigeria, if you marry, you marry. That's why they like to do big wedding, because marriage, we take marriage one time. The parent will handle over you to the husband. You will not handle you to another husband again. In my own tribe, because I'm in Yoruba. That's why we take marriage serious.
Kadola, why you laughing? Tell us why you laughing, Kadola.
Can you repeat yourself?
No,
Can
sorry.
you repeat yourself?
No, sorry.
Yeah, you know, brother, laughing at you when you say that you guys only married one time.
I'm not laughing at you. The way you said it, that
I think you don't think that Nigerian women only marry one time. I think he thinks you guys marry more than once.
I understand. He said this. No, he didn't feel sorry. No, sorry. He didn't feel sorry. He didn't feel sorry for the dude. He didn't feel sorry for the dude. I think he just tried to blast the dude.
I'm talking. Prince Diamond, hey, hold on. Prince Diamond, give me the audience to talk. When you are talking, I don't talk.
Sorry.
I'm sorry, because I know you are a married man. So I have
I'm very
to
sorry. I'm
respect
very
you,
sorry.
I have a husband. Okay? So if you want us to do like Nigeria, I go do it like Nigeria. You know, say na street we day. Okay, sir. So I go remove Sakomot. Okay? Let's respect as tradition command us to respect. Okay? Marriage is the institute that we don't take anyhow. In Yoruba, we take marriage serious.
Your phone going
people
out.
will be helping you to count it. Okay? If you marry 3 times, they'll be counting it for you. That's why when you take a man home, your room is not going to be vacant again. You can't, if you have a problem in your husband's house, your room is going to be given out to another person. Your room is not for you no more. If you come back to this house, your room is just temporary. Staying with me. Maybe you come to greet me 1 time or 2 times. Stay 2 days or 3 days. Say you moving back home with me? No, they will tell you. You ready for marriage? Do you think this man is for you? So second marriage is just for wasting of time.
May I ask you a question with all due respect? Do you realize that
Yes, sir.
especially the Nigerian women in the US and in the Western nations, a lot of these Nigerian women, they are not very traditional at all. Even me, when I say this, everything I'm saying is with respect. I've been romantically linked to a lot of Nigerian women, and it had nothing to do with monogamy or marriage at all. A lot of these Nigerian women are engaging in promiscuous sexual relationships. Really. So they're not traditional as you're making them
No,
out
she
to
was
be.
talking about her ethnic group in particular, the Yorubas, that they value marriage, and I think she's
That's my
right to
point.
that extent.
Well, I'm speaking about the
Let me
Yoruba,
tell
the
you.
Igbo, the Fulani. When they
Let
come
me
to
tell
the
you one
U.S.,
thing.
well, let me complete the sentence, sis, and I pass the mic. I'm speaking about the Yoruba, the Igbo, the Fulani. I could even say different tribes in other West African nations. When they get to the U.S., respectfully, a lot of them are very promiscuous, and not just amongst other Africans. A lot of them are even promiscuous when they meet a white man or an Asian man, etc. So we cannot pretend that these
I
African
mean,
women are
where do you
so
get the statistics
traditional.
from that a lot of them are? Is there
Listen,
a community that you
but
live in where
let
there's a
me answer that. Let me
concentration
answer
of
that.
them?
Let me answer that. I'm from the state of Maryland. I grew up with a lot of Africans. What I'm speaking about right now is observational science. I've been with a lot of African women, and I didn't marry any of them, respectfully.
I think you're lying. I
All
think,
right. That's your
I
No,
think,
jealousy,
he could be
Let me
right, but it might
look,
just be a
no, no,
regional
look,
or
look,
a
look,
Have
statewide
we
thing.
finished,
Or
sir?
look.
Have
I
we
think he's
finished?
and
Have
lying.
we
and
finished
anyone in
talking?
the chat,
No, I think
in the U.S.
no.
that grew up with
Have
Africans, they will attest that I'm telling the
excuse
I
truth.
me.
mean, I mean, I mean, I
He's
mean,
asking
Pan,
me question,
they're
and I want to
promiscuous
give him
Catholics.
answer.
We
Can
listening,
I
sis.
answer you because you asked me question? Can I answer you because you asked me question?
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
you
We
think
listen.
that out of in like UK in America here, some let me I'm asking you here. Some people among women, they don't believe in marriage. They believe in baby daddy, baby mama. Some women too in Africa, they give them home training. They give them how tradition is. Maybe the husband, I don't know how they is. They prefer to stay alone. Okay? That's why in Nigeria, where I come from, my tradition, foundation of the marriage is important. Foundation. How you guys grown up, how you start dating, how you
My,
come together. Foundation
my
yeah,
is
sister.
important in
you
relationship.
are a rare breed nowadays, sister. A
No,
lot more women are being more promiscuous and finding more virtuous women is harder to find. So he might be right, and it cuts across any race or ethnicity.
Elvis, I think we should not overblow. I think
Let me finish.
I don't know where she's from.
You guys don't
Hold on.
allow me to finish the question.
Okay, you finish there. I go. Sorry.
You guys don't allow me to finish. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me see something. In life, every woman cannot be the same together. Everybody have their own. The way they brought me up, I'm married for over 25 years. My kids have finished college. My second to the last baby is going to graduate next year as an engineer. Okay, I cannot say okay because me and my husband argue. I pack my bag. I say let me go go home. The first thing they'll ask me before I carry my bag out from the car, what is going on with you? Where is your husband? Because every Yoruba woman coming back home, they believe that you have to come back home with her husband. If I go home to Nigeria now, I say I get home, I get to my hometown, I park in my compound. Only me, my parent is going to say, where is your husband? If I go home, they will know that me and my husband have fight. They'll tell me that okay, welcome, go back until your husband come with you.
You have changed. Things have changed, my sister. I think we cannot
Either I
generalize it.
just came to greet them, unless you spend time with you. You want to come and spend time with you.
My sister,
so everybody is different.
My sister, may I just I understand that yes,
so
Nigeria value marriages and everything. You
so
see,
everybody cannot be
the problem with the problem we're talking about this guy now. See, sister, we're talking
how you
about
calling it? Every woman
sister, we're talking about this guy now.
Yeah. Guys, let me pass the mic to Flo. Go. I gotta pass the mic here. Go ahead, Flo. Go ahead, Flo.
Hello, everybody. Hi, how are you
Peace,
doing?
peace.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to, I'm going back to the topic of Simon Gobadia. I would say that he's not a direct relative, but he's a relative of my spouse. And I know that when he was gonna marry Portia, I was informed, I heard that some family members who were close to him had actually had a discussion with him to say, look, are you sure you're making the right decision? Because, some people have some antecedents. And he was like, well, she's different. She's not like the others. When a man falls in love or a woman falls in love, you know what goes on. Nobody can tell you anything, right? And so the family members, the ones that are very close to him now, they're saying this after the fact that they had spoken to him man to man, called him privately. And he's like, no, it's not going to happen. And so I think he kind of, in a way, let his guard loose because he's very street smart as well, right? Very business savvy, like we all know. Now it's so unfortunate that it had to come to this. Now, and then to take this a little bit further, I am so sorry, although I just joined the this discussion, so I've not been here from the very beginning. I feel very I'm quite offended by one of the speakers that spoke and was talking about some African women and how he said they would come on, why would you say that? Like they would be with other men. Even he
Flo,
went as far as
hold on.
yes,
Well, my
sir.
Flo,
Okay.
if I can interject, Flo,
Okay.
it's just the reality. I mean, I've been traveling to Africa for years, live here in America. It's what it is. Not saying all of them are, but there's a good number that they just yeah. I mean, they don't follow the tradition. There we go.
That they don't follow no that they don't follow no shit. I don't want look.
Hello,
This,
sir. I am talking. Please.
hold on,
You
because
hold on.
Let her
You
speak.
hold
Let her
on.
speak.
Okay.
She got the
You
mic,
had your
Fedora. She
time
got the
to
full
speak. Let
Fedora.
me speak.
Go, Flo.
Thank you. All right. Now, I'll say this, right? I'm not here to say that all the African women out there, that would be so stupid of me to say that. But I will say that traditionally it's forbidden. I also know that things have changed and a lot of people have gone, are doing what they're not supposed to do. But I can still stand here and tell you that even where I live here in the United States, and I've lived here for 30 years next year, and in my community, I can tell you that at least our children, most of us, we are still married to our husbands, and I would say still faithful. Only 1% have had issues, and of course, But I want to stand by the fact that I'm saying that yeah, there are women out there. Look, for example, in Nigeria, if they say Nigeria has a population of let's say 230 million, as they're putting it out there, and then 1%, let's say 1%, or even 10%, for example, I'm talking about married women now. I'm not talking about the unmarried ones. Okay, have done stuff here and there. Does that represent most of the women? That is so wrong to say that. If you've come across or if you've heard,
no one said most. No one said most. Go ahead.
Okay, great. Okay, I'm glad that you said that. It's very important to me that no one said most because it definitely isn't so culturally, and that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay, let me pass to Ali. Ali, go ahead, Ali. I'm with yourself.
Hey, hi guys.
Hey.
Peace.
So, this whole Gobedia Porsche thing has been the topic of today. And I just want to talk on the part where most of my Nigerian ladies will be like, oh yeah, he got what he deserved. There were Nigerian women he could have gone for and all of that. Why didn't he, why did he have to go for a woman from the West? This may be a bit off point, but I just want to state, my own thoughts on that, because that's what I've been hearing mostly from the live topics today, the live studios, on YouTube today. And I just want to say there are so many potential Porsches in Nigeria as well. Let me just, to me, there are potential Porsches. And when I say Porsches in that way, I'm not judging her or anything, because I don't know her really very well. So, but let's not be like, oh, it can't happen. It can happen if the conditions are there for it to happen from Nigeria as well. So, this is America, the law is mostly on the side of the woman. Let's be honest. So if there was like I just said, there are potential Porsches in Nigeria. So let's not make it look like, oh, let's not start blaming the guy for he married who he wanted to marry, he married who he fell in love with or whatever. I don't subscribe to them judging him that way. You can't fall in love with anybody from any part of the world. So I think our women should chill on that. I just wanted to make a point on that.
I don't think this guy have the money to be paying that woman $40,000 a month. That dude have no that shit money like that. That dude is gone forever. It's in Benin City enjoy. It's in Benin City enjoying his marriage. He's rich. sure, but not that kind of rich that Porsche think will carry the bag. That guy far more smarter than Porsche. Before he started studying that pre-nut, it's all flexing. What we call flex, it's flexing. He tried to drag Porsche in. You understand me? Not by really in love. He know what he's doing. This is not the first time he's married. You understand me? I think Porsche will carry air later.
But
You
but but
understand me?
Kadola, let's ask the question, right? The pertinent question is that usually there's this idea that Nigerian married for paper. So if this guy knew that he wasn't here legitimately, why didn't he get his documents when he got married to Portia? Did she
Maybe that's what,
refuse?
yeah, but that's why I said he might be chasing something to into something. You understand me? He might be pumping some money, might be to get to somewhere. But it happened to be that the person is, it's like two people with the same kind of way of life try to, go to the other side, but the other one said, no, I'll get you first. That guy doesn't have $40,000 to be given to that. No,
Kadola, stop watching this podcast. Man, they say he's a multimillionaire. I think he's worth
no, no,
like
no, not in
two
the
or three
States.
hundred million.
No, not in the States. He might be rich in Nigeria, but not in the States. That guy's not stupid. You understand me? The
I
money
mean,
might
he
not
didn't
be
buy that. He didn't
like,
buy at least that Rolls Royce with
hey,
no money. He didn't
let's
buy
see.
that mansion with no
Yeah,
money.
let's see if everything, this rename or kind of like in a way. You understand me? Do you think a Benin man will come to say, "Oh, come and be giving down"? No, 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 no. That guy just is gone. Is gone. I'm
No,
scared. I look,
Kadola, there's some Sims, man. Some they're
what I'm
African
scared of.
Sims. He might
What
be
I'm
one of
scared
them.
of. Porsche might be the one in debt later because there's a hidden debt that he might be living on that Porsche might not understand. Now, Porsche started having I work for whatever every month salary, the house and everything. Then now the debtors become to meet her now. You are the wife. The other women now will be very happy if the debtors started coming to meet Porsche. Porsche want to be smart. He want to be smart. Well, the other woman talking about Nigeria something and blah, blah, blah something. I'll tell you this, I'm a Nigerian man. Look, if you ain't got no money, these chicks, they're going to be into you. Let's just be honest. If you don't have money, these Nigerian chicks, they're not going to near you at all.
Are you sure
That
about that,
ain't true.
Kadola?
That ain't
Are
true.
you
All you
sure
gotta
about
do is
that?
be white
Let
or
me
light
finish.
skin.
Let me hold on.
If you white or light skin, you ain't gotta have money
Hold
for a
on. Come on.
Nigerian woman.
Forget that light skin of a thing.
Respectfully.
Nigeria women like status and money. Not, look, I'm on the old school side, man. I'm puffy age mate. These women, since I've been growing up, if your daddy's not rich, they will not talk to you. This is all about money. If you have money, you can easily get them. You can easily get married to them. They're not there for love for you. They're not there. They're not there for no one will tell you. Maybe few of them are say, "Oh, I do really like him," but the other ones are into you like every. Let me just see. Look, when you have money, you can roll as you want to roll with them. You understand me? But if you don't have money, they will be cheating on you like hell. They will be dating you. With the next guy with the big bag is there, they will run to that one and tell you, sorry, my life is not bet on you. You understand me? I grew up like that. I've seen them when I was growing up. I was not from the rich
Hold,
side.
hold,
Like that.
hold up, real quick, brother. The part you missing, they'll cheat on the rich man too, bro. It's not just about the money.
What?
Thank you so much for saying
What you
that
say?
because you're right about that.
It's all
Yeah.
about the money. All these Nigerian chicks like money a lot. What are they looking for? You think Nigerian chick would really love you because you're so handsome, you're so very good looking, you walk on your legs?
Well, let the
Forget
No,
that.
sister
they
speak.
would
Let the
secure a wealthy man for the security of finance and then cheat on the man who they're mostly attracted to, or cheat with the man they're mostly attracted
No, no,
to.
no. Some of them don't even, some of them do that now, but it just might be that
Do you
businessman
have
don't
a
know what to
sister?
do.
Mr. Ola,
Uh,
do you have a
they're
sister?
not
You
there.
have a
Nobody
sister.
love for money.
So
Nobody
your
love
sister too is
their
a gold
money, their
digger be
money
that now.
conscious, their
Oh
money
God.
conscious
No,
people.
no, Mr. Ola. If you compare all Nigerian women like that, you have a sister. So your sister is among everybody is that. Because you say
The
you
same thing I'm
grown
telling you,
up.
the same thing I'm telling you right now, the same thing
You say
also
you
told my
grown up
sisters.
among
Yes,
them.
You're
So your
shouting,
sister
sister.
is among the people
You're
who like
shouting.
money.
Please bring it down a little bit.
the same thing I'm telling
I'm
you,
not
the
shouting.
same thing
I'm in
also
my
told my sister.
house. I'm in
The
my
same
house.
thing
I
also told
talk
my
the way I
the
like
same
to
thing also
talk.
told my
You
sister.
can't tell me. You can't tell me the way I have to talk. Okay? You can't tell me where I have to
We're
talk.
listening
I'm
to
in
you.
my
We want to
house.
hear
I'm
you.
a
We don't want to,
Nigerian woman.
you know.
Well, can I say something?
So if you're talking down on women, you have a daughter and you have a sister. So that means that among the women that you grown up with and they like to date big people, if you don't have money, they will dump you. So that means that your sister is among the people now.
They will be dating you.
You have to
The moment
respect
that
a
guy
woman.
comes with Mercedes Benz, they're gone.
So your wife,
I've
do you marry?
I've seen it with a
Do
friend of
you
mine.
marry?
I've seen
Do
it with a
you
friend of
marry,
mine.
Mr. Ola?
I've seen it with a friend of mine.
Oh,
who
your
was
friend. It
dating.
never happened to you, Oga. It never happened
No,
to
I don't
you.
dance. I
Do
don't
you
dance
marry?
around Nigerian women. I don't dance around Nigerian women.
This kind of men, you are the kind of men that they don't respect their woman. You can't respect your wife at home.
Well,
Your wife at home.
can I just
So
please
if
say
you
something?
no, because I'm married over 25 years, I'm in my husband's house. So this kind of man, you're talking down on a
We're
woman
not talking
like
that.
this.
We have to say
I
the
don't know
truth.
how
If you
your
don't
wife
have
is
money,
going to be
if you
living
don't,
at
I
home.
grew up in Nigeria. If he
Well,
doesn't have money,
Kadola, will you agree that there are some Nigerian women who are pious, who are respectful, and
yeah,
good women?
if you
Not
talk about
all
that, yes.
Nigerian
you know,
woman is nasty.
Nigeria women are some majority of them are traditional. They will marry you, they will stay and everything. But what she's saying that blah blah. Look, inside 90s already, my bro. It's already changed. If you get to university, that's where you see where the game is real. You know what I'm saying? I was in university. I know that this things roll. You
Mr.
understand
Man,
me?
let me tell you one thing today. As in,
Your phone going out and Flower
and
trying to
I
get in too.
do respect
Yeah,
tradition.
you got to pass
Don't
the mic,
look down
sister. Dennis,
on
are you
a
there? You got to
woman.
pass the
Don't
mic to
look down
somebody.
on a
Yeah. I got to read these super chats. FBI Young Line, thank you for 499. Holla. Someone informed Mommy that Kid Ola is married to a passport granny white woman. Oh boy. FBI Young Line, thank you for 499. Holla.
FBI got a pocket kid.
Son Elvis has delivered a balanced assessment of the situation. I taught him well.
yeah.
Okay.
So
Good.
I would like to say at this point that it's very obvious that somebody here has been hurt and is in pain. And I would advise him to seek some counseling because the person needs it badly. You know why? Because with this kind of the way this person feels and has now put that pain onto the rest of the African women, let's start from there. It's not going to help him out because when he sees the females in his family, he's going to pass that aggression to them. You understand, directly or indirectly. So please, I really would advise this person to seek some counseling. You need it. You need it, please. It's time to agree that you need it. And so I'm not going to blame you because I know that you have some, issues to resolve. And until you get that, there's no healing for you. I'm sorry
My
about
sister,
that.
let me, Dennis, can you please give me those 2 seconds? I think it says somebody is hurt. I'll tell you this, my sister. I've never been hurt. I've never dated a Nigerian.
Sir. You are. There's no way you tell me you're not. If it's not you, then it's somebody that's very close to you.
Hold on.
Perhaps a female
You
member
don't
in your
really know
family
me.
did it to a male.
Hold on. Just listen to me. I've never dated a Nigerian woman in my life. I've never kissed a Nigerian woman in my life. There's no girl in any state in Nigeria say, oh, this used to be my boyfriend. I used to play basketball, so I've never really been around. I've seen them in school when I was in university. I've never in my life dated a Nigerian woman.
Kadola, I don't like the way you talk about your own women, bro. You always do this. Don't do that,
You
man.
have issues, sir. I'm telling you the truth. Listen to me, sir. And I don't mean to disrespect you or put you on the spot.
Up with her that
but see, there is nowhere in the world, and it doesn't matter.
I've never dated a Nigerian woman in my life. I've never kissed a Nigerian woman in my life.
Okay, then if it's not you, then it's somebody that's very close
so then how do you know them so intimately, Kadola, to know how they behave? Are you just saying this from a arm's length?
Because I'm a Nigerian man. I've seen them in universities. I've seen the way they roll. I have friends who dated Nigerian women who have they're not as the moment.
Was that your reason for not dating them?
Let me tell you one thing, right? When I was in Nigeria, I have a very good friend who dated this girl. They were long together. The moment this guy came from the States with Mercedes Benz called V Boot.
Okay, now we know where he's coming from. Okay.
This girl left this guy and went to that guy.
But that's not your personal experience, Kadola. Maybe the guy was an asshole to her.
No,
Do you
no, no,
know
no, no,
that?
no. Oh, no, 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 no. They were very lovely. The guy that's a multimillionaire now. That girl now, she's divorced. She's suffering right now. So I don't want to hear, oh, they were those so like this. No, that was in the 90s already. You
Okay,
understand
we're
me?
getting somewhere
So
now.
if you come with a very beautiful car, you dress well, you have a lot of money in your pocket, and you have a very beautiful
But
house.
Kadola, don't you think European women also do some of the same things that you're speaking against?
What?
Don't you think European women also does some of the same thing you're speaking against? That they can be promiscuous,
But see,
they
we're
want
talking about,
financial security.
look. What we're talking about is for real. If you love someone for real, right? That's the same thing I also told my sisters. You can't love somebody because you have a nice car, nice whip. You know, you think this guy's already made. It's not gonna have nothing to do with you. You understand me? As long as it just say, who are you? Might be for that meantime. But if you build something, just the way my mother built something with my dad, that they have things together later, that far more better. I'm more in the real love aspect. But I don't have that Nigerian women marrying, they stay. Some of them, forget to my brother, we know how they roll. Don't
Okay.
forget to.
Okay, now we understand where it's coming from. Okay, and I hope that you are able to, at some point, kind of like come across families that will be a representation of the ideal kind of Nigerian woman to you. Because you understand, and perhaps you've taken yourself so far away from the community. I don't know where you live or where you're calling in from. That if you were maybe in the community, you'd see so many women who have been there, stood by their husbands, regardless. So, this 1% that, messed up at some point, they have now damaged your psyche so badly, so badly. And I feel for you. I really do. Now, if we can go back to the topic as well, somebody was asking a question earlier, asking why he didn't have his paperwork. Well, so what happened was at some point in time, he came here in his teens. I think I heard he came in as a teenager, and as time went on, at some point he got deported back home. Right. And so he found his way back here. The problem is once you're deported, right, and you come back, the system doesn't let you get back in somebody that you understand you're blacklisted, more or less. Okay. So that is the reason why. Now, remember, before Portia, he was married to someone else. Right. And I watched an interview with that lady, and I think he left her because apparently, allegedly, she had a relationship with her trainer. Okay, and even had a child. I think allegedly they said, for her trainer. Of course, while they were going through that and then trying to see how to mend fences, somewhere along the line, Portia came along. Okay, and so this is just what I know about the story, as far as I know. For the 40 million, of course, definitely he's no longer in the country. There's no way he can pay that. Definitely not. But I know, as a matter of fact, that means that you'll end up with a house. It's all hers now. You
But is the
understand?
house paid off or is the mortgage?
It's paid off. Definitely paid off.
Wow.
It's paid off. I'm telling you. And and so what was her reason? Her reason was, he didn't tell her. He didn't tell her that, he had such issues. And so let me tell you something personal, right? Somebody I know, right, was once with an African American. And so they got married, or fell in love and got married. And she would always,
Is this a man or woman, like your friend?
my friend is a man.
Okay.
And so he said he came from Europe. He's a Nigerian. He was in Europe for some years trying to find his way, trying to get settled. He went to some countries and then found himself here. He met with somebody and they started having a relationship. And then a year and a half later, they got married. And she would always say to him, "Oh, I know you're just using me for papers. You're never gonna," everybody says that the Nigerian men use us for papers and all that. And she would always throw that at him. So he didn't have his papers, but he had what was called asylum. Asylum, like when you come in and you say that you're being persecuted in your country, that kind of thing. And so with that asylum, he was able to get a social security way back then. All right. And so he started working, as a security guard in a pharmacy, in a pharmacy, something like that. And she would always throw it at his face. And so he now said, "You know what? Look, forget about it. Don't even file for me. I'll just continue using my little asylum papers and just do my little job here." something like that. Well, somewhere along the line, she left him. She divorced him. She didn't want him anymore. Maybe because she felt she had this hold over him. I'm not going to get your papers. Let's see how far you can go. You get deported eventually or whatever. She left him. Well, after she left him, he's like, well, you know what? Okay, now I can actually go meet somebody who can actually do my paperwork for me. For real. And this time I'll just tell them that I don't have any and I want them to file for me. He succeeded. Well, guess what? He succeeded and he got his paperwork and he started school, doing his security job and also going to school of radiology or so, radiography in a 2-year college. Graduated and got a good job, an okay job. They paid them well. And then she started calling him up this time to say, oh, I made a mistake. People told me you wanted to use me. Now I realize that you've been able to do your own thing. Now you have a job. And he's like, so what do you want? Why are you calling me? And well, I want us back together. I said, sorry, it's too late. I can't come back. You already divorced me. And I moved on. I got somebody else to do the paperwork for me. And this person knew they were doing the paperwork for me this time. You understand? So what am I trying to say? Things happen. People have stories to tell. And nobody is, Nobody is free of any allegation, whether you're being used. But now let's even remember
So,
this.
so
A
I,
lot
I
of the
want to I
women.
want to say this real quick, right? And you can answer it. So I guess in this situation, because I asked the question earlier, and I guess
Yes.
you did kind of answer it inadvertently. The point here is that Portia couldn't even file for him if she wanted to because he shouldn't even be in the country. So that was the point. The reason why she put
Yes,
it
but
in.
the thing though is, what I do not know is he was able to travel because about 3 years ago they both went to Benin together, to Nigeria. She put on,
They got married in Nigeria.
No, they didn't.
They
No.
probably did a traditional ceremony there, Danny.
Okay, yeah, but then they had a big wedding here.
No, I think they had their ceremony. Hold on, let me look. I think they had their ceremony in Nigeria.
Well, maybe but then the first one they did was here. They had a huge wedding here, and she even dressed in the traditional in the Benin attire for one of the ceremonies because my husband's cousins went, so I know.
I thought it was in Nigeria. Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. No. That's not to say that when they got to Nigeria, they didn't, they didn't have something else there because you're allowed to do multiple ceremonies, even though you already got married, by a pastor or you had a big wedding. Doesn't prevent you from going to Benin and doing whatever else. And so it's it's sad. It's sad, but I also know that he'll be fine. This guy is loaded. And I know that while they were having their divorce, he was in Dubai. He has investments all over the world. He's just going to lose the chunk of it, but he'll be able to get himself rolling. And okay, as long as he has, good support around, and then maybe his business partners don't, don't disappoint him or keep remitting money to him, he'll be fine. He will be fine. He's a strong man. And like I said before, he was warned. He knew what he was getting himself into.
Okay, let me pass the mic to Alan. Go ahead, Alan. Then after Alan, pass to Alan. Go ahead, Alan.
Yeah, man, I can't stay here long, man, but I gotta say, what I see is I saw two scammers who went up against each other, and Portia won because she played dirty pool. Basically what ended up happening was she got with this guy, just like the same way she went and sought out Cordell Stewart when she got married to him, and she used him she manipulated these gay rumors that were surrounding him, and was blatantly on television saying that if you marry me, these rumors go away. That's who she is. Okay, she's good looking, she knows it, and she knows how to use what she got to get what she wants. And so she manipulated this guy, and as soon as he ended up having contesting for the house and at least getting the proceeds of the house, next thing you know, ICE is at his door and he's deported. You'll never convince me that her lawyer or her or somebody associated with her did not go ahead and get him deported from this country in order to attain the house and make it so that he could not fight in court when it was time for him to have to fight and contest all this stuff. She had already moved her whole family into that house and pretty much made it the Stewart compound. That's who she is. And for him to get married 4 times and this be his 4th wife, when all the evidence he ever needed to know about this woman was on television for everyone to see, makes him an absolute fool. And so he deserves what he's getting. That's what I have to say about him. Sometimes us men, we think with our small head and not the big head. Yes, she's fine. Okay. Yes, she's nice looking and all this stuff like that. And maybe she did things that blew his mind. But his mind clearly went down the wrong path, because there's no way you can look at this woman on television, no previous marriage.
No, Alan on his Obama phone. That's your Obama phone, Alan. Come on back, Alan. I know you're on your Obama phone, but come on back. All right, go ahead, Allie.
What do I have more to say other than well, Allah is not entirely wrong in what he said. You know, I know I'm going to come under fire now because they'll say, you're a woman. Why are you speaking about your women like that? He's not entirely wrong, but where he could have categorized what he was saying about Nigerian women loving money as well. I would say the younger ones, yes, you know, a lot of them kind of like try to monetize relationships with men. That's when you hear the term, oh, billing. Nigerian men are running from women because of billing, you know. So I guess that's where he's coming from. That's not to say it's all women in Nigeria. You know, you even see them on some of them on Instagram, you know, they DM you and say, oh, before you can talk to me, you have to pay me money and stuff. Now, some of them could be due to economic hardship that the country is experiencing right now, you know. So, but he's not entirely wrong, but it's not all women. Like the older generation women, you know, you wouldn't find much of that kind of character with them. But the younger ones, yes, it really does happen. And even a lot of men are coming online, like online influencers, trying to warn men, like, hey, look out for yourself. Don't use money in influencing a lady to date you. You guys are the ones, you know, encouraging that trend. So I think that's all I have to say on that.
Okay, guys, links in the chat room. Link is in the chat room. If you want to call in after the conversation, you're more than welcome to call in. Again, link is in the chat room. Let me read these super chats. Shout out to Maximilian. Thank you for $1.99. Holla. Romance without finance is goddamn nuance.
Nuisance.
My bad. Maximilian, thank you for $1.99. Holla. Ola said these hoes ain't loyal.
Ola, I wanted to ask you, right? You know, we've had this conversation on other platforms. Why don't you like Nigerian women or African women as a whole?
You see, I don't want to start pretending. I'm from Benin. You know, I'm an Edo State man. That dude is like a Edo State man like me. I went to University of Benin. I grew up in Benin. So when I said not all, I'm not saying all. I said, but if you come across some of the, if you start to date any of them, they will like money. And I was not really into them really like that, because I never really too focus on Nigerian women really like that. You know, let's just be honest. I never really too focus on them really like that. I was just busy with my basketball. I'm a sport man. You know, I play basketball in Benin City. I play in my state. I play in my university. I play in Europe. So I know how they operate. You know, I never date no Nigerian woman. They never been my girlfriend, but I know they like money. I know I've seen whereby a girl will be dating a guy now. In the university, we have a boyfriend, but the moment the next guy came with Benz or the flashy car from outside into that campus, man, they will be, you know, chilling with the dude too. Say, man, I saw my this man, I need to get my money. You know what I mean? These guys make jeans very expensive for us in Nigeria. You know what I mean? You know, because they were buying these jeans, they were flexing. So to say the truth does not hurt. All women like money. But
There
that
you
doesn't
go.
mean
So that's the point that I'm making, right? It's not unique to Nigerian women.
women like money, but not all will date you because of your money. Some of them like love also. But we just have to be pretending like, oh no.
Ola, let me say this, right? And I get your point, right? We're smart men on this platform, and smart people in general, right? We understand that the nature of men and the nature of women Women want to be secure. Financial security brings, assurance. It brings surety. So that's why even hunters and gatherers before, the modern times, the person who can bring the more food home, the more meat home, would get the best wives because they have the security of life. You need money to to survive in life. You need certain things in your life. So a woman wanting security is not a bad thing. So just a woman, no
Oh
woman should
no, when
want
I
to
try to
suffer
talk
in
about
poverty simply
see, when
because
I
she
try to
loves
talk
the
about
man.
this, the sister was saying Nigerian women. That's why I was laughing. Oh, Nigeria, they will marry, you stay by your husband's house. Man, I like since when this have been going on? Man,
So since I've been married, sir,
I'm
my son
a
is
Nigerian man.
27
I've seen
years.
what's
No,
happened.
my son
You
is
know,
27 years old. He turned 27. I've been married for about 28 years, sir. You can't come online and say things like
okay,
that. That's
okay, okay,
slanderous.
okay.
That
Do you
is
know? Okay,
slanderous,
do you
sir.
know? Do you know how long I've been married to? I've been married for a very long time too. You know.
Excuse me, sir. That is very slanderous and that is very offensive. Really. I mean,
No, I'm not trying to play into your emotion. We're
oh
just
my
trying to say
God.
is
It's
that
very emotional because I
it
see
might be
women every day
you. It might
who
be
stood by their
you. It
husbands.
might
How
be
can you
you
come
that
and
is
say that
married.
online?
It might be you that is married and you stay
Not
there.
just me. I see women here in my community. I live in Newark, New Jersey, sir. And I've been here now for 20, next year will be 30 years. And I see the women in our Bini Edo community here who when I came here that long ago, have been married to their husbands and have still stayed married to their husbands. A lot of our children now are starting to get married, sir. And so I find it very offensive. And it's you're ripping my heart
It's
off by
nothing about
saying that.
offensive. I told you I have sisters. The way see, I told my
Oh,
sister the
wow.
same thing. I told my sister the same thing. I said, look, just because
That's
that guy have a
wrong.
car, that's why you have to run after that guy. You need to know that guy. You need to know him well, his character, his behavior, and everything.
But
You need to love him
I do have
because
something to say. I do have
that
something
money
to
will
say.
fade up one day,
And I
and
have
you
to
will
understand
not
where
want
you're
to be with
coming
this guy.
from a little bit. And allow me to address this. Now, listen. Now, there's a root to every problem. If we want to get to the root cause of this, all right, I'll tell you this. Polygamy has done a lot of damage. Let me tell you why I said so. Where we come from, the polygamy, and why the younger generation now, the Gen Zs, are doing what they are doing. Because remember, each time I don't speak in support of the Gen Zs because I see how their frame of mind. But I'll tell you where it came from. This love of money and this refusal to stand by men who don't have money because they watched their mothers who supported their fathers from nothing, build up a home, whatever. And then as soon as the man is wealthy or has some change, next thing he wants another woman. Before you know it, you have a second wife, a third wife, a fourth wife. You are relegated to the background. And so these girls grew up with women who cried out their hearts, heartbreak. Oh, my husband, I started off with him, he had nothing. And now he's gone off to be with a younger woman who he calls his trophy wife. And so I'm telling you. So, and then when they watched all the trauma their mothers had to go through, in their hearts, they're like, you know what? No man is going to treat me this way. If I'm going to go marry, especially in our background, and I know he has a right to marry a second wife if he wants to, then I'm going to make sure it has to be one that can take care of me. I'm not going to, start off with a man who has nothing. And then maybe by the time he starts succeeding, he can't stand me. I'm not good enough for him. That's all I have to say.
All right, let me pass it to Maximilian. Go ahead, Maximilian.
What's going on? Happy Father's Days, guys. Hey, Don, it's the first thing I'm going to say, man. I know a lot of Nigerians, male and female. I ain't never in my life met a Nigerian that didn't love money. Not me personally. I love money. I have never met a Nigerian that was not money driven. I never have met one. But now the second thing is, and let's be factual about it. I'm going to have to agree with Ola. Every woman wants a man with money. If you didn't want a man with money, you can go on the side of the street. There's men laying on the side of the street every day. Just pick you one up. I'm sure it's a nice one out there for you. But no, every woman wants money. I know that for a fact. A man is not money driven because a man is vision driven. He wants a woman that looks good, can do things for him, like emotionally and stuff. But a woman is a physical person. Finance and safety is what she looks for. That's my opinion. So it would be dishonest to sit here and say women don't look at finance first. They do.
As they should, right, Max? Because
Yeah,
that's a safety thing.
as
Thing that they.
as they should, but don't. I hate it when women try to deny that that's the issue, that they don't look for money. Yes, they do. I wouldn't tell my daughter to go date somebody broke.
Right.
So if it was a decent guy that's got money versus an extremely good guy that has no money, I would tell her to date the decent guy.
Right.
That's just common sense. That's why I've said romance without finance is a goddamn nuisance. Peter Wheatstraw said that. Nobody wants somebody broke, bro.
Bro, let me just tell you one thing about money. How money goes, and if you don't like the person and you like the money you'll be enjoying the money, but you'll not be happy. That's where cheating started coming in now. The dude would think you really love him. That's what you would think, because women can hide their fingers a lot while they're with you. They will call you good looking. They will call you all kind of name, right? Then they're not in the money. When not in the money, it's like you buying a Jeep. It's like you driving sedan. You talk, oh, if I got that Jeep, I'll be very, very happy, right? Then when you start driving that Jeep, you used to the height of that Jeep. You like you're in the sedan now. You're like, oh, I thought if I be in this Jeep, I'll be very, very happy. I'm not happy still. It's like I'm
But Cadola, right? As a man, right? As a smart man, you should know that yes, this lady likes me. She loves me even, but it's on me to make sure I can adequately provide for her. So you already got the woman's heart. Now you have to you have to make sure that you can secure her financially. So you got to go out there and make the money. Love isn't enough. Love is never enough when people just think that you can survive of love.
yeah,
You need finances, bro.
when I mean, right, there's a way that, okay, you love this woman, that y'all can do things together. There's money going to be there, sure, to survive, to eat, to live good. Everybody want to live good, right? But what I'm trying to say, because that woman said, because he was blaming that dude, he got what he want and everything, blah, blah, blah. Would have married a Nigerian woman, would not have been like that. That's why I was laughing. Would have still turned out like this, because some of them will even support you more. What you must say that because the Nigerian system does not have whereby if you divorce a woman, you pay her this huge amount of money or take over your house. It's not going to happen in Nigeria because of our traditional setup and everything. So that's why I was laughing that she was saying all these good things about marriages and everything. I'm like, whoa, since when? Because I'm a Nigerian and I've seen this since 90s. I've seen the way things were rolling, They want to know if just call your father a rich name. These guys will be around you. They'll be dancing around you. If you come with, bro, I see guys who come with those days, come with all kind of like Tupac type of Mercedes Benz in the universities and everything.
You say Tupac Mercedes Benz.
Tupac BMW.
That
BMW 7 Series for Tupac. Yeah, it wasn't a Mercedes.
That 500 Mercedes Benz flat to the ground. Those guys that their father are rich and everything. We that don't roll with this kind of machines. But this chick, they look into us like that. They don't just bend and look at you. They say hi. With those guys, man, they hugging them and they eat all kind of snacks there together. We just fold our legs and just look, you understand me? But it doesn't mean anything to me because I'm not really to that. That is just be. I've been married for one woman for 28 years. I've never cheated, I never kissed, I never touched nobody. You understand me? That's just my life. I like you. We do things, I love you, and the love is real. We build things together, we live together and everything. That's just my life. But I don't like people using people for money but pretending they really love that dude. That's what I told my sister also. If you
love and money should go together, Cadola.
Man, where y'all keep getting that from? Love is like my daddy said. Love is for children and puppies.
Right.
I'm saying my daddy told me love is for children and puppies. It's got nothing to do with adults. If I'm with a woman, it's because of companionship, what I need from her and what I can do for her. I don't necessarily have to love you. I like you and marry you. I'd rather have a woman I can deal with financially, emotionally, than have a woman I love that they can't help me on that end. I always say you gotta be equally yoked, man. All this now some people might get in the chat and say, yeah, people do love each other. I've dated girls for 5 years that I never loved, and I've loved girls that I left because we weren't financially compatible. She was a drain on me.
Right.
That's my opinion. I'm gonna end on this part though, because I did want to talk about that. The Portia and the African dude, I'm gonna like somebody else said, nobody played each other. They both was playing the same game. Portia knew what she wanted. She wanted because he was an African prince per se in her mind. You know what I mean? He had all that money, and he looked at Portia like she's a celebrity. She's real popular. I got money. And at the end of the day,
Nah, Max, you gotta add Portia fine too. Portia fine.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
I've seen Portia a couple of times. She ain't the finest girl I've ever seen.
I mean,
I'm being honest with you.
I say that if you take away the weave and the makeup, her body is, Portia.
Her body's banging, yeah.
Hey, what's the other girl on there? Used to be the model with the hazel eyes.
Yeah, that's Cynthia.
No, not Cynthia. You talking about the girl that was married to the that was dating the Kappa.
Yeah,
the model. I know you're talking about.
No, she's
Kendra Moore.
No,
Eva, whatever her name is. Yeah, Eva. Yeah, Eva's nice.
Yeah, I've seen both of them in person. When you see the one, man, you talking about Dinah, man, she's a showstopper. When you can't look at her one time, she's stunning. Portia's like a regular looking girl. You want the truth to me? I know girls in Atlanta look way better than Portia. Portia ain't ugly, but she ain't no 10. I'll give Portia, what you think? 7.5, 8?
Yeah, that's pretty, bro. I mean, she ain't got to be a smoking 10. She's pretty.
Yeah. So, but what I was trying to get to, and I don't want to I'm gonna try to cut this one off real short. I know people like Portia. You know, all them people that running that entertainment TV stuff. Ain't none of them got no money. It's just faking and shaking. Down in Atlanta, most of them girls ain't got money like that. I'm not even gonna mention a girl, but I know one of the girls. I used to deal with one of them. She got off the show 2 weeks later. She was trying to get me to give her $15,000 for some box. I'm not gonna say what it was, but it was one of them.
Is it Sheree?
No, I'm not gonna say what it was. but it
the
was
first day that came to mind.
That's the truth, though. Them girls ain't got no money, man. They just playing the role. And that dude, she gonna never get enough for him. That man going back to Nigeria. You think he gonna get that chick $40,000 a month and he live in Nigeria? Think about that.
Oh, let me pass. Go ahead, information man show.
Hey, how y'all doing, man? Dennis, I've been listening to the conversation. I just wanted to say that this is old history. This has been going on since time immemorial. When you go back and you look at when men had to have diaries to be able to marry women, you had to be able to show that you had wealth, to be able to take care of even multiple women. We tend to forget that this has been going on for a long time. Portia is no different than any other woman. I've been listening to this nonsense on YouTube where people say, well, these women over here are better than American women. Women universally are the same in terms of female nature. They want, as the gentleman said, they want a man that gives protection. They want a man who has resources. It doesn't matter. We know that Portia is sort of a gold digger because that's been her MO. And the brother was telling the truth that the brother from Nigeria, excuse me, I don't know his name offhand, but he should have paid more attention to this woman's background and history to know that she was a gold digger. I think as men, we have to stop thinking with our small heads, think with our big heads, and we get too caught up in how women look and not enough of where their mindset is and what is their history. Now, I am a little insulted by the idea that if he would have married a Nigerian woman versus a Black American woman, things would be different because women over there are looking for men that can provide. Okay, they're not looking for no busted up kind of dude. And the brother is right. I've got a daughter myself. I wouldn't want my daughter.
Information man, so I'm thinking they meant over in Nigeria, they can't weaponize the poor system like they can.
Yeah, they can't weaponize. You absolutely right, brother. And you traveled over there, you would know that better. But I'm going to land my plane here. I agree with the brother. I have a daughter myself, and I would not want her to marry a dude that's musty and shady and don't have anything going for himself. So let's be honest. None of us will want to give our daughters off to a man who doesn't have any direction where he's going in life, or as well as building some resources or having resources. So that's a fact. But I think the problem is, gentlemen, and this is not a popular thing to say, I'm about to say, we can nip all this in the bud, gentlemen, by the way we hold women to a standard that we want. Meaning all this OnlyFans crap that women are doing, all this twerking crap that women are doing, they wouldn't be doing it if we wasn't catering to it, paying the money on OnlyFans. We could destroy all of this underground industry that they've got going on with transferring money out of the hands of men just to look at women that are shaking their booties. We have to look at our culpability and why some of these women are able to do this, get away with it, and manipulate us because we allow ourselves to be manipulated. We got to look at our culpability. We like to blame women for a lot of stuff, but damn it, what are men doing to put a stop to some of this nonsense? I'll land my plane there, Dynasty.
All right, let me pass it to City. Go ahead, City.
Hey, Dennis.
Hey.
Yeah. So, yeah, I believe all the women in this world believe they love material thing. They want a good life. They don't want to struggle for anything. But the Nigerian women, uh, they they tend to dump Nigerian guys a lot in America, specifically New York, DC, on the East Coast area. They dump their men, and the reason for that is most of the Nigerian men, they will go to Nigeria and meet a beautiful Nigerian girl and see if she has the potential of becoming a medical doctor or a nurse, right? And they love this power couple thing that, well, if I marry this girl, she can be a doctor. And when they get married, they bring them over here. When you go for the wedding or you go and greet her, you definitely know this. There's no way that he can keep this lady for that long, right? So they will send them to school to become a doctor, and they will dump them. And there's so many cases of that, specifically New York and DC area. I have this Nigerian. She's a lawyer. She represents most of the ladies. So many cases that Nigerian men are killing the Nigerian women because of that, either for money that they won't dump them, they bring them over, or they use them to achieve their status and yet dump them and go after another man. There are so many cases of that, right? But at the same time, the men then also look at the potential of those girls and bring them over. And when they bring them over, they will dump them, right? So it's very common. I know all women like money, but the Nigerian women, they tend to use men a lot. The women, they use a lot of Nigerian, a lot. That's why.
And the men are not using the women if they bring them over because they want them to be nurses.
Listen to me, miss.
Yeah.
Give me a.
I'm not a miss. I'm a
So
missus.
there's so many cases like that the
I'm a
Nigerian,
missus, not a miss.
killing
Yeah.
Nigerian. If you
Okay,
get,
so but they are both
if
using
you
each other,
Google
sir.
it, if you Google it right now, you will see most of the information.
I know. I'm not saying what
So,
you're saying is wrong, sir. What I'm saying is you said the men go to Nigeria to bring women over so they could be nurses and doctors. They send them to school. And then after they're done with school and they're making money. Look, I've been here 30 years. We've heard of Nigerian men who have killed their wives and even their mother-in-laws. I know that. I know what you're saying. But you said the women use the men. But I'm saying the men also wanted to use the women.
But CD, it happens in our Liberian community too, brother. We know about imported
Exactly.
brides.
Everything
We know
Nigerian
about
women,
that.
Nigerian women have now become another thing. No, see trouble. They go to Nigeria to bring young girls that they are 30, 40 years older than, send them to nursing school. And then a lot of times when they become nurses and are making the money, they're like, you know what, I'm not going to let you handle my paycheck and then give me stipends.
okay, yeah, but that's what I said.
Yeah,
Miss.
so they are using each other. That's my point is they are
All
using
right,
each other.
I'm not taking side. I'm saying that what the Nigerian men then they look at the power couple thing. They want to bring a lady that will contribute to them financially when they finish school. I'm not taking side. I'm looking at the both side. I would not go and look at a young girl in Africa and bring her over and say, well, she has a potential of becoming a medical doctor, so she can settle for me. I'm looking at the men too also. They look at the financial perspective of marriage a lot. They will say, well, we are power couple. My wife is a doctor. My wife is a doctor. Right? We see that a lot.
But let me just say this, I'm about to drop off. The sad thing about this whole thing is that people are betraying each other, killing each other, doing harm to each other emotionally, and we're all doing it over this artificial paper that was created as currency. Some paper that ain't really worth anything but the value that someone puts on it, and we will deceive each other over something at the end of the day that none of us can take to the grave with us when we're gone. That's the sad thing about where we are in humanity. We know that we need money to survive, But isn't it interesting how people do conniving things to each other? Universal. It's a
Yeah, but
shame.
my brother, the way you looking at it, not everybody look at financial gain that way. You know, people look at now the life they live in, because the women, they focus on present and the future.
I
Don't
get
go
that,
back
sir.
and tell them this is what I did for you, this is what I promote
Yeah,
for your life. I help
I
them.
get that. I'm just saying in general, when you really come down to the common denominator of it, of what people will fight over, the things that we fight over that are artificial things that are created, such as the construct of race, all these things that have been created by men that divide us, and money is one of those elements that pit us against each other. And it's really a shame because as men, we're growing up, that men do this. We grow up, we go to school, we do things to get ourselves financially straight, all at the end of the day, all to attract, in some cases, not all, to attract women, to attract a certain status of life, right? To a certain degree, we have been culturally conditioned to chase after women, and women chase after men, all based on physical goods and services. At the end of the day, humanity is lost.
But
That's
Yeah.
all
but
I'm
that
saying, sir.
All right, right. But what I'm and also Daniel. So there's this Nigerian billionaire. He's a billionaire. I think he married one of the Nigerian actress. She was with this guy for years, right? And this billionaire married her. She dumped this guy to become this billionaire, a fourth wife, right?
Yeah, I think that's Ned or War, whatever his name is, the Igbo guy.
Right, right. The Igbo guy. She dumped the Igbo guy and became this guy or fourth wife. I think the guy is in his 70 or 60, whatever it is. So she even though she's light skinned, but she bleached. She's a bleaching lady. She took all
What
her.
makes you think she's bleached?
Well, she's not. If they have shown her picture, she was not like that, right? Even though she's Igbo, she's
that's what
light
that
skinned,
see. I've
but
been
she
saying this that you cannot just follow only the money alone. The money can be very boring. That's what make a difference between you used to sedan, you're now driving a Jeep. Now you thought, oh, I was a sedan, now I'm in a Jeep. The Jeep will now look like sedan later. Do you know you can take a woman out on the park
But
walking?
Condola, what's wrong with that? We
No, no,
men,
no,
we
hold on, hold
choose
on,
the
hold on.
women
Let me
that
say,
we want.
no, let me say
Men
something.
does that sometimes. They see a more beautiful woman, they leave the woman that they
No,
think
hold
is
on, hold
average
on.
looking and find the most
No, no,
beautiful
let
woman
me
they can
say,
get.
see, let me say something, right? I've
Daniel,
experienced
I have a turn.
no, let me say something because you can take a walk with your wife on the park, you can take a
I'm gonna
walk
check out y'all.
you can take your wife on the hill. You can sit to eat ice cream together without them going to fancy restaurants. You can sit, have good time, share what we call natural way of love. I'm not saying money will not be involved in anything because you need a good cloth, you need to dress well, but money should not be the point of why you being with this guy. That's what I'm trying to talk about. That you being with this guy because you see that you people can build future together, you people can do a lot of things together, you people can have what they call happy life together. You understand me? But you will see that because this person loved me because I'm driving this whip. This person loved me because I live in a two-bedroom mansion. This person loved me because they think I can provide. Because they're more than providing in life, but they also other things that you people can enjoy life with.
Let me pass the mic to a woman. Go ahead, woman.
Good night. I just want to say to all, hopefully there's some ladies listening out there. I hope that you're hearing the way that these men are speaking about us. To all of you who bought into this feminism nonsense that told you to wear the short skirts, have your breasts hanging out, go out there and shake your butt for these men to oogle and google at you, for these men to use your body and then turn around and talk trash about you on the internet, talk about how you only want to go after money. The reality is that historically, marriage has always been strategic. Marriage has always, in order for men to be married, they always had to show that they're capable of providing and taking care of a family. And there was no expectation for a woman to financially provide for any the family in any way, shape, or form. And nowadays, because a lot of women have bought into this feminism nonsense, you see why that who's the guy, the one that always talk about checkmate, came on here talking about, oh yeah, I've been with a lot of Nigerian girls and I didn't marry any of them. Now, why is that? Why was he allowed? Why did these women allow him to use their bodies as sex toys to gratify himself? And now he can get on the internet and talk about how he slept with all of them and he didn't marry any of them. Women, I hope that you're listening. If there's some young ladies out there who haven't started in this nonsense yet with these men that are walking the streets in America, I hope you're listening. Be very careful and be very strategic with who you allow to have access to what's most precious to you. As women, we have been blessed. Oh, yes, we have been. And these men that are running around here with $0 in their pocket, that are using and abusing you, and then get online and talk about the fact that there are some women who do want to hold men to a standard and who do expect that if you're going to come after me and if you're going to get something from me that I can never get back, oh, yes, you must be able and you must be willing to provide for me. I hope you guys are listening. All the feminists out there, the Gen Z feminists who think that it's cute to run around from club to club, sleeping with all of these dudes, having them use and abuse your body. Look at the way these men turn around and talk about you guys. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hey, woman, let me say this, right? Let me one second, Condola. Woman, let me say this. Women are human beings. They have sexual urges just like men. Some women want to have sex just the same way men want to have casual sex. So to say using and abusing is usually it's not the case. Women want to be intimate with a man just as much as sometimes the man wants to be intimate with them. So don't think that men are the only ones that want sex or even casual sex. Most of these women want casual sex, just like the men do. So don't say that. Sex is a mutual thing usually. It's not.
Those women are doing, those women have been corrupted. They have been heavily influenced by what they're being told is how they're supposed to act as women. And if you speak to, remember, I'm a female and I have lots of female friends and I had my college days with my college friends. And a lot of them were very regretful of a lot of the things that they did. But they had this idea that if you like a guy, hold on. They had this idea that if you like a guy or you want a guy to like you, this is how you have to behave, this is how you have to present, that's how you get male attention. When before the feminist movement, that didn't exist. That's not how you behave. That's not how you got attention from men. That's not how you quote unquote pulled the guy that you liked. Your behavior was expected to be completely different. But nowadays, women are told that they have to be out there, they have to be loose, and that's how you get guys.
No, women are not told that. Women know how to attract men. Some men know how to attract women. All right, the men that you want to attract, you know how you need to attract them. If you want to attract a club guy, you're not going to go there wearing a nun outfit. You're going to go there and try to attract them using your body. I mean, come on now, you're a woman, you know this.
I'm telling you what I know exactly. The women behave this way because this is what popular culture tells them that they should, this is how they should behave.
Nobody's telling nobody anything. As a woman, you must have to know how to provide for yourself too. You cannot be waiting for a man to come and provide for you to love your life or love the man. That's what I'm just trying to say. If you want to love the man, love the man. You don't have to tweak. You don't have to bubble it. You don't have to. You don't have to be anything. Be yourself. That's what I'm just trying to say. Be yourself and be happy with yourself. Whatever you want to do, be on the toe to toe with that guy. Don't have to like, oh, he's providing for you. That's why you're there because you don't really loving him. You just love the bread that is bringing to you. That's just the truth. Because love is different from when somebody providing you bread. That's just ordinary something. I guess I want to have a dog. But I just won't have a dog because it's cool. You understand me? So there's more than provided to somebody that you don't. I understand women say, oh yeah, it's a good provider. Provide for what? Go and provide for yourself. You all can provide together and be equal level. So nobody be saying, and they look, there you people can dance together, you people can swim together, you people can share this equally together with us. So you bully me, you're oppressing me. No, because you for equal level, it's all about heart to heart now. Money is a paper money. You can have it today, it's gone tomorrow. It's not going to be there forever. There's nobody say, oh, I was rich. It's very difficult. You understand? So woman that love a man doesn't tell you have to go and buy me a ring of about $10,000 because I want it. I need that Gucci bag because I want it. I need that because I want it. No golden necklace, nothing. Go and buy what you think you can buy for yourself. Buy it for yourself. You understand? If people want to share something in common, you want to buy you some present, he can do that for you. But not by you forcing him. You have to start forcing himself to impress you because you can't really impress nobody. Rather, that person, you have to impress yourself and let that person, you can enjoy both life together on the kind of like the same level. That's what I'm talking about, So not like, oh, provide because you can provide. Provide them for what? How about if you cannot provide tomorrow? What you got to do? You know, the man start running his scatter. Oh, and then he can't do anything anymore. Then he start having high VP. He can't do no shit anymore. You know, no. If you want to provide
Oh
for
man,
yourself,
Fedora.
let it provide both for yourself like that. There's nothing like in this world. You can pretend maybe by getting money, sleep with somebody that you might not really love. But come a time that person will know this person don't really love me. That dude was talking about that actress.
So Cadola, you don't look at one of your main responsibility as a husband to be a provider. You don't think that that's one of your main
You
responsibilities?
in this world, we live in this world you live in, bro, you cannot really provide anything for anybody. The God that
Oh,
ever
okay.
created said sometimes have problem even providing for anybody. You see, that dude was talking about that actress. He talking about, I think, Regina Daniel, that married to that old man buying the car. Is she really happy? She was with a dude or something. Like money can't really make you happy. You live in a mansion, the mansion become like a one-bedroom bungalow later in your eyes because you're used to it. Then you want something else. You understand me? Human being are never really satisfied. You live in a 2-bedroom mansion or 5-bedroom mansion. You say, whoa, you saw a person live on 18-bedroom mansion. They're supposed to be there. You need more, you want more, you're never really happy. You understand me? So when I said, when that lady was talking about Nigerian women will stay, they say, well, no, that's why I was laughing. That, oh, I don't know when this thing started happening. That was way back. These women since
But hold on,
19,
you've never been married to a Nigerian woman. You never even dated a Nigerian woman to see how they behave in
no,
relationship
because
that's
I'm from
close
that.
to you.
No, because I'm from that community. I've seen them. I see the way they roll. I don't
Yeah,
pretend.
but that's only
Don't
saying you're not in their bedroom, you're not in an actual
no,
relationship, so you don't have the intimate understanding of how they behave because you've never been in a
It's not
relationship
about
with one of them.
you don't have to be in the bedroom or whatever with them before you start seeing that money play the important role the way they roll. You understand me? I'll tell you the truth. If I roll, see, Elvis, look, bro. What I'm saying, I know what I'm talking about. In Nigeria, guy can see you now. You have a wife by your side. You just roll with one of the coolest car. You will just forget you have that wife with you. You will just start hitting on you, try to give you number secretly on your hands. You understand
Yeah,
me?
when
That's just where they roll. So you have to be disciplined enough to say, no, I don't want to go this route. I don't know you. What you after me? I'm with somebody that I build with. You understand me? And that person that I'm going to enjoy this world with. You understand? Because if I broke today, that person going to be with me. You feel me? That's what I talk about. Though I'm not mean that money is not going to be there or anything. No, money is going to be there. But make sure that when you make it that money, make sure you make it that money with somebody that'll be with you today. If you're broke, that she will eat that peanut butter, that just that butter or whatever you put on that bread and drink water, eat together there. So it's not about
Kadola, I think you think real life is like a Nigerian movie, right? Those old
no,
stereotypes
no. This is not
where
about Nollywood. This is not about
the
Nollywood.
prince acted like he's broke to find a real person who really loves him. That's not how real life is, brother.
No, this is not about Elvis. This is not about real. I understand poverty play a role in it because if some of these European chicks, man, you have a date with them, you sit with them, and what they would do, you after everything, they pay for their dinner. Some of them even pay for you even. You understand me? They roll with their bicycle. They don't come with Jeep. You don't come with Jeep. They just come in, you put talk, they play pool, sit, drink. That just all. They don't need nothing from you. They don't want nothing from you. Just because of most African women are poor and poverty plays some of this role that woman will be expecting you to be providing for her for what? Maybe in America, that's what you roll like that. But throughout Europe that I've been, man, they don't roll like that. You understand? Especially these richer ones like Germany, the Netherlands, and some of these Western Europe countries. They just have an appointment with you, let drink tea. You drink tea, finish. They don't care if you have Mercedes Benz or you don't have. They don't care about nothing about if you have Versace shirt on or not, or you wear that kind of. They must say, "Whoa, you look good on that shirt." That's just all.
But I
You
don't
understand me? So
understand. The
now
part
you
I
have
don't
women that say you
understand.
need to provide for what
Well,
you don't have
well,
work.
the
None of
part
your
I
job.
don't understand is, a lot of times, specifically Nigerian wedding, it's very expensive. So you will see them because I think they have three set of the wedding that they do. They have the traditional, whatever. They do almost three different weddings, and they will go into debt. They will spend over $200,000 on wedding and get into that debt, and that bring a lot of crisis into Nigerian marriage too. I don't know why they do it.
How would you know
You
that?
know,
Are you a Nigerian man? Do you know that?
Yeah, I have a lot of Nigerian friends. They spend a lot of money on wedding. I've attended a lot of Nigerian wedding. A lot, a lot. Even this guy recently, the wife, she's an investor, and the guy worked for insurance company. And the guy, he was born here, he grew up here, but the lady is putting so much pressure on him to make the wedding big, and the wedding going to cost them over $100,000. But they don't have that cash sitting around to spend that much money on wedding. But he's pushing too much pressure, and then I've seen a lot of marriage like that, Nigerian marriage collapsing because of that.
Most people that married in America go into debt. Most weddings in the United States is 15, 20 on the low side. Big weddings are like $50,000. And usually the American women, the parents pay for the wedding in America, but usually they have to take out loans for weddings. So it's no different. And you keep harping on Nigerians. I mean, we do the same thing in our Liberian community where we're both from. We have big weddings. Sometimes we do a traditional ceremony and we do a court or a church wedding. It's similar. People have the wedding that they can afford. Some people even go overboard. People that don't have money, regardless of what country they come from, they tend to overextend themselves and they get into debt. It's just about being smart. It's not unique to Nigerians. Other Africans do the same thing. I'm sure.
Right, right. But the most of the time they look at the ceremonial part of the wedding instead of them focusing on, is it possible that we gonna stay together forever?
My brother,
If
not be all Nigerians.
it's
Not
money.
all Nigerians do expensive wedding. No, most Nigerians, some Nigerians don't do that. If you don't have the money, you don't have the money. If you don't yourself,
Right.
you start want to force yourself to do a wedding that you know that you not be happy with, you just start forcing yourself to wait. Not all Nigerian people love money like that or anything like. I understand some people say, "Oh, Nigeria like money, everything," but not just all. There's some Nigerian people, yeah, that like money, but not just all like money. Some people just want to be happy and be whatever you want to be with. But most things that play around us have something to do with poverty. We want to elevate ourselves. So before these things, that's why you start seeing money become more involved with some certain things that don't need to be really involved with. That just, because if you're poor, you want somebody to provide for you. That's why I make an example. Like, if I understand, maybe in America, you need to open the door or whatever, but I've never really seen that in European countries that you need to go open a door for a woman for you to be a gentleman. These chicks say they don't even come with cars. Some of them drive their bicycles. Some of them come with taxis. Some of them maybe take the metro or the tram to come for appointment. And you put just it's everybody that's just the way it flow. You understand? So that's maybe I'm speaking in different type of perspective, but that's what this Western European chicks, that's where they flow. You put have good at time, you put my drink, play pool game, talk, share things, and before you know, you put start holding hand. If that click together, you walk and talk and have good time. With it lead to being together, you put being together without not putting money as the yardstick of that's why I will be with you now. They don't do that. They just be with you. From there, you supposed to have a planning. What's going to happen 5 years from now? What we're going to do? You people can be working, saving money. Maybe one joint account together. Because you people have the
Yeah, I
same
mean, if
drive.
you're happy the European woman put no burden on you as a man, that's good, Ola. They're easygoing. They don't demand anything from you. If you think as a man that's the best thing, that you shouldn't have to have the burden of providing and being a provider to your woman, that's fine. We have different philosophies, right? So that's fine.
Yeah,
But I think
yeah, no, 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 no. Elvis, what I'm trying to say is that some of these black women, when they come to weekend, some they want you to buy them shoe for a party. I'm not talking about some of these, some of they want you to take them out to eat some suya and everything. That no, you
But
can do that.
Condola, you have a responsibility as a man. And a woman, you would think that your wife should be able to make you lunch and cook for you when you want her to, or your girlfriend should come in, maybe, in Africa, do your laundry and things like that. You think she has those certain responsibilities because she's a girlfriend, right?
Yeah,
Don't you think
yeah,
you have some responsibilities to her?
started coming almost praising Nigerian women, marrying and all these things. I understand. I don't want to, look, I'm not into that shit. I'm not want to start pretending, oh, we still have the most coolest women that stay in marriages and everything. Forget that. You understand? That's just not true. That just try to. That's why I was laughing. She might be herself like that, But don't sell that package to some of these guys. They can package themselves a lot. That's what you're trying to tell that. She was blaming that dude that married to Portia. Portia, Portia is a gold digger. I said the guy himself was just trying to use Portia too. The both people were trying to use each other, but I think the guy was far more smarter than Portia because that house might be having problem later. That dude just, he's smart. He's living on the edge. He will not invest most of his money here. Some of this Rose Red might be even be bought somehow with some kind of cunning way because the dude himself is cunning or something like that.
I mean, you're perpetuating the stereotype that the guy is a scammer. I mean, he bought a house, like the lady saying, I don't know if she knows for a fact, but she said it was paid off. So, if she takes that house for collateral, and that's asset right there. That's money.
How did that lady know that house is being bought?
She said the guy was related to her husband, not family, but some kind of relationship. And I don't
everybody's
know.
related to everybody. That dude is ain't good for nothing. Being deported because he was not good for nothing. You understand me? I'm not going to.
No, it's not. That's not why he got deported. He got deported because he came in the country illegally.
Hey guys, we got to close out. Everyone, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family. Dynasty Mirror Search for Huru. Peace.